Pisces. This reading is about what happens after the decision has already been made. We have the Nine of Pentacles, Death, the Six of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. And this is from the After Tarot, so every card is showing us what happens after the traditional moment. The decision has moved, the energy has moved, something's already changed. And the first thing I have to point out is that we're beginning exactly where Wednesday's reading ended. Wednesday ended with the Nine of Pentacles, Friday begins with the Nine of Pentacles, and that's not a coincidence. Wednesday was about sorting through the emotional wreckage, deciding what still had value, redistributing your energy, and remembering what your own happiness belongs inside this exchange. Now Friday says, all right, you know what matters? What are you going to do with that knowledge? The checkpoint has been reached. The heart has chosen. The mind has built the root. Now the private healing has to begin taking visible form through action. Creativity, boundaries, service, purpose, and the way you actually live. Look at this Nine of Pentacles. In the traditional card, she stands in the garden with the bird on her hand. Here the bird is gone. The glove is down. The analysis is over. She's not standing there wondering whether the garden is real. She is in it. She is touching the grapes. She's looking at them. She's choosing the best one. She knows what she's going to eat. She knows what she's grown. She knows what she wants. And there's this tiny snail at the bottom. Do you see it? Right here. Okay. And the bottom of the card, and it's moving towards the rest of the spread. It's going in this direction slowly, yes, but moving. That matters because sometimes we think direction has to feel dramatic. We think action has to look like a leap, a launch, a complete transformation overnight. Sometimes it looks like a snail. The pace may be slow, the direction is still real. This woman is no longer imagining a life that could nourish her. She's beginning to live inside of one. She's decided what fruit is hers. She's decided what's worth picking, what she's going to feed. And you know what? After that comes death. And this is where the reading becomes very specific. In this card, everybody is down. Everybody's down. The old authority figures are down. The wealthy man is down. The religious figure is down. Even the child is down. I don't necessarily read that child literally here. To me, it can represent the young ideas, the unborn ideas, the early possibilities that never grew into what you believe they might become. Some things don't survive the transition. Some plans don't become what you thought they would. Some versions of the future die because you don't ever get to live inside them. And yes, there can be sadness in that. But even when the ending is correct, there can still be grief. Even when you know something is over, part of you may still mourn what it might have been. But look at the woman who remains. Okay, the Empress energy remains. She's bruised, she's shaken, she's clearly been through something, but she is alive. And that's the center of what this death card is for me. The form may die, the creativity does not. A channel can change, a plan can fail, a project can stop working, a relationship with platform, a job, a community, a version of success, a dream, an identity. Any of those things can come to an end. That doesn't mean your ability to create has ended with it. It means the creativity may need another form. It may need another body, another direction. And I think some Pisces need to hear this very clearly. Don't confuse the death of one outcome with the death of your ability to create. Maybe it didn't work. That doesn't mean you were wrong to try. I've been reading a book called The Happiness Project, and there's a section that talks about enjoying the fun of failure. At first it sounds ridiculous. Failure is not always fun. Rejection is not fun. Watching something fall short of what you hope for is not fun, but the deeper message is about the fun of striving. If you failed at something, it means you reached. It means you attempted. It means you moved far enough for reality to answer you. And sometimes we're so afraid of failure that we stop ourselves before the answer ever comes. We decide that if we cannot guarantee the outcome, then we should not try. We decide that if we might be disappointed, we should stay still. But the only way to learn the difference between fear that needs to be outgrown and a real limitation that needs to be respected is to try. Some limitations are accidental. They are fear wearing a convincing coat. You can move through those. Other limitations reveal the nature of the thing itself. This structure cannot support you. This method drains you. This platform can't hold your depth. This version of the plan is finished. And you can't discover the difference through thought alone. You have to enter the experience. You have to risk movement. You have to let reality show you what is possible. Then we come to the Six of Pentacles. And this card has already appeared in Wednesday's reading too. Again, not a coincidence. On Wednesday, the Six of Pentacles was a sorting place. It was asking where your energy was going, who was receiving it, what was receiving it, and whether you were included in the distribution. Here, the decision has already been made. The giving is happening. The people are moving. Some have received and are leaving the picture. The energy has been directed. The resource has been placed. It's no longer about weighing every possibility. It's action. It's saying, this is where my time goes. This is where my love goes. This is where my creativity goes. My attention goes. The direction becomes visible through what you're feeding. And this is how a private decision becomes a lived life. Not through what you say matters, through what actually receives your energy. And I think this is especially important for Pisces because you can be very generous with your imagination. Potential can be seen everywhere. You can give to people, projects, dreams, possibilities more time than they have actually earned because you can imagine what they could become. But this Six of Pentacles, very decisive. The choice has been made. You know what you're giving to now. And just as importantly, you know what you're no longer funding with your life force. Finally, we have the Eight of Cups. And this is where I feel the emotional truth of the whole reading. There are 2 cups already fallen. Okay, right there. And 5 are still standing. You see them there. That echoes the 5 of Cups from Wednesday. The emotional residue is still here. But look at the card. The traveler in the background has already begun walking. Okay. He's already away. The journey started. Yet the woman in the front remains beside the cups, looking into them as though she's checking one last time. See that? Was there a mistake? Did I leave something behind? Was there one cup I should have taken? Did I give up too soon? Could this have worked if I tried differently? That's almost the what ifs you can see from her face. And I think this reading is saying that the what if don't necessarily mean you made the wrong decision. Sometimes it's simply the emotional aftershock of making one. You can know the route, you can begin the journey, you can place your resources somewhere new and still have one part of yourself looking back. That doesn't cancel the movement. It means you're human. It means something mattered. It means there was hope there once. You're allowed to look, you're allowed to wonder, you're allowed to feel disappointed. But you don't have to rebuild the old life because you found one lingering feeling at the bottom of a cup. That's the danger here. Mistaking second thoughts for spiritual guidance. Mistaking discomfort for a sign that you should turn back. Grief for proof that the ending was wrong. Sometimes the old cups are empty because the experience is complete. Sometimes you're not being asked to refill them. Sometimes you are being asked to walk. And I think the whole reading can be brought down to this. The Nine of Pentacles chooses what nourishes. Death removes the structure that can no longer carry it. The 6 directs energy according to the new choice. And the 8 of Cups shows the final hesitation after the movement has already begun. This is what it looks like when inner knowing becomes lived direction. It's it may not feel very dramatic or clean. You still may have questions, and you're still looking behind you sometimes and wonder whether the failed idea, the abandoned plan, the old platform, the former version of yourself could have become something different, but something in you has already started walking. And that part knows. It knows what fruit to pick. It knows what creativity survived. It knows where the energy belongs now. And it knows which cup no longer needs to be filled. So Pisces, let yourself try. Let yourself fail. Let yourself discover and move slowly if that's what the moment requires. The snail still reaches the next card. And if one form dies, let your creativity find another. You don't need every attempt to prove you were right. You need the attempt to teach you. Maybe it did not work. That doesn't mean you were wrong to try. The checkpoint has been reached. The route is chosen. Now let your life begin showing that decision. That's your last reading for the week, Pisces. I hope that you've enjoyed these. Please check out my other channel at Pisces Tarot. That's my first channel. This is my second channel. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week. Bye for now.